Okay, Max, I think it's maybe have changed for you. Charlie got a 5-second penalty there. World champion.
Well, what can I say? Incredible, of course.
Okay, first and foremost, a big, warm congratulations to Max Verstappen. You're the world champion of 2022. Great job, man. You ran a great season. You had a great car. Congrats. I don't want to take anything away from that. Good show, man. The FIA, however, I don't understand what you were thinking with the way that you presented that Max Verstappen was the world champion. In my opinion, it was very tasteless. And as a spectator, very anticlimactic. Don't get me wrong, I understand that in the last corner, Leclerc went off the road and he was hit with a 5-second penalty. I get that. And of course, you know, FIA, you guys did a great job with, and the stewards did a great job of actually going in and dishing out the appropriate penalty. However, I just think that during Johnny Herbert's interview with Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Checo Perez, I don't think that was the time to actually bring him back and say that he's world champion. It was almost like pouring salt in the wound for Leclerc. It's like he got out of the car, he already knew that he was gonna get hit with a penalty. And just to make insult to injury even worse, they ended up cutting Checo Perez's interview in half to bring Verstappen back on stage to say, hey, you're the world champion. And Verstappen didn't even know how to handle it. He was just like, oh, I don't have any words. And right after, you bring on Charles Leclerc as Max Verstappen is celebrating in front of his face, in front of the entire world, and saying, hey, Charles, you ran a great race. How do you feel about the outcome? If I was Charles Leclerc, I would have said, I feel like I'm going to throw up my guts and go hide my face in a pillow for the rest of my life. Thanks. And then you bring Checo Perez back on stage to say, oh yeah, by the way, let's finish talking to you. You're second place now. We just had to make the guy that was in second place for the championship look and feel embarrassed in front of the entire world. That is not classy. That does not make sense to me. It was very unprofessional in my opinion. I don't know if that was the FIA speaking in Johnny Herbert's ear to say, hey, bring Verstappen back up, announce him as the world champion, or if that was Johnny Herbert saying like, hey, you know what? Oh, I just heard this in my ear. Let me get Verstappen back up here to do that. It was very uncoordinated. And I think that the best way to handle that would have been to finish the interviews as Max Verstappen was first place, Checo Perez was third, and Charles Leclerc was second. Hear me out. Don't cancel me yet. Then, after those interviews, in the debrief room, maybe cut the camera, maybe not, I don't know, but send an official in a debrief room with the 3 drivers and talk to them there to say, hey, you know what, actually Leclerc, with that incident in the last corner, you've been hit with a 5-second penalty, which puts you into third. Checo Perez, you're second. And by the way, Max Verstappen, you're now world champion. And with that, when you come out and we do the podium ceremony, we will do an official announcement to the rest of the world right there. I think everyone who around the world who have been watching would have gotten the memo when they saw that Leclerc would have come out first for the 3rd place spot, and then Checo Perez comes out as second, and then Max Verstappen comes out on the podium. I think that would have blown people's minds because, well, specifically for those who've been paying attention to the championship standings, they would have already understood the gravity of this. And when they would have saw the swap between Checo Perez and Charles Leclerc, they would have put 2 and 2 together and be like, oh crap, what's going on? And then that would have been like a WTF moment for the entire world. But I don't know, the way that they did it, it was just very cringeworthy. And I just feel really bad for Charles Leclerc in that spot, because I mean, I gotta say though, he handled it with class. He handled it very professionally. He handled it a lot better than what I probably could have handled it. It just, I don't know. So anyway, I want to say, Leclerc, great season so far. Keep pushing. Don't lose your motivation. I know that this is something that was demoralizing, but hey, you know what? You got a lot of fans out there, including me. Keep on pushing for us, man. That was all I want to say for this one. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below on how the FIA handled this. Do you think that the FIA handled this correctly? Is there a way that you would have done it differently? And if so, I want to hear about it. Put it in the comments below. Let's start a conversation to see where this goes. Anyway, thanks again, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the race. I sure did. And I'm just looking forward to the rest of the season, even though, you know, Max was already the champion. But once again, congrats, Max. You all have a great one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.